Hey, Al Baruch Levi, be here from the Defiant Spirit. Thanks for tuning in. I want to share with you something I'm extremely excited about, proud of, and that is a new alternative to an Enneagram test. I've been working very hard on creating what I call Discover Your Number. Because as an Enneagram teacher, I use it in classes, I use it with clients, I use it in my own life. The hardest thing is onboarding people, getting people into their Enneagram number or numbers, because you have all 9 of them in you, in an elegant way, in a way that feels dignified, in a way that doesn't feel reductionistic. Look, at the end of the day, I'm a logotherapist. That is the work of Viktor Frankl, author of Man's Search for Meaning. And at the center of Frankl's life and also his psychotherapy, logotherapy, is never, ever allow yourself to be reduced. Don't allow yourself to be reduced to a number. This is a man who went through the Holocaust, and he wore on his arm 119104 because Nazis took away his name and replaced it, and many others, with a number. Number is reductionistic. It makes you small. It takes away, well, what Frankl called the defiant power of your spirit, that piece of you that can never be reduced, quantified, put up into a pretty little picture. You're an Enneagram 2. I don't like doing that to people. And now with this, I don't have to, because the tests out there, first of all, most of them are garbage. They just are. They won't hurt you. You're not going to like screw up your kids if you have them take an online free Enneagram test. It's just inaccurate. Like 95% of the time it's off. Or if it's right, it's lucky and it didn't really get to the reasons why it's telling you that type. B, you have all of these numbers in you. You're not just one of them. C, you learn nothing in the process. And D, you feel like a schmuck. Like at the end of the day, you take a test to tell me who I am. That's not why you're here. That's not why I'm here. I don't want to tell you who you are. I want to empower you to discover who you are. The Enneagram is about not who I am, but why I do what I do. And so when I'm using the Enneagram, I'm not using it to make myself small or you small. I want you to understand why you choose what you choose so that you can stop choosing from a place of unconsciousness and reaction. And you start to see these patterns play out in your love life, in your professional life, in the way you shop for groceries and the way you drive your car. And you start coming off of autopilot, taking back your power to choose your response. So the Discover Your Number Enneagram tool walks you through the basics of the Enneagram in a very methodical way. It's educational. It's fun. I mean, part of the process is looking at famous people who are that Enneagram type, looking at characters from movies who are that type. So, for example, Enneagram 1, I have Elsa from Frozen, Claire Dunphy from Modern Family, Yoda from Star Wars, Superman. And you go through and you can put together who you most identify with, which characters really speak to you, not who you want to be, but when you watch it on the big screen or on TV, you go, ooh, Claire Dunphy from Modern Family, that hits a little close to home. I know Enneagram ones who cringe because it's a little cringy for them because they see a little bit of Claire Dunphy or a lot of Claire Dunphy in themselves. I don't have much one, so it doesn't bother me. But when I watch Beth Dutton on Yellowstone, I'm like, oh God, there is a Beth Dutton within me. I'm an 8 and she's an 8. And I react and I look like a variation of Beth Dutton. Now I don't want to and I don't have to. I don't have to react like that. So you go through this discovery tool and it takes you through 3 steps. First, you go through who, and it describes all 9 types with a couple famous figures, Enneagram 2, Mother Teresa, Enneagram 3, Oprah Winfrey, and so forth. So that's the first step. Again, all complimentary. I'm not selling you anything here. Then you go to the second step, which is the what, and it's what they look like out in the world. And that's where you get into the movie characters or TV characters. And you'll read through that and it gives you a good flavor. And so you're narrowing down the process or the pool. And then lastly, the final, it's 3 steps: who, what, and why. And this is the game changer. It'll take you into 9 different whys, why they do what they do. And I also have some fun trivia. If you were a country, this is an Enneagram 2 country. This is an Enneagram 2 animal. This is an Enneagram 2 musical genre. And you go through this process, you're learning about your type. You're narrowing down all 9 numbers, rank ordering them, because you don't get rid of them. You just rank order them. And then you get to your core type, your default type, your primary way of reacting and responding in the world. But most of all, you're learning about other people's types. And so if you're not a 1, you start to see, oh my God, I have an aunt who's just like Claire Dunphy. We're just picking on Claire today. And it allows you to develop your Enneagram vocabulary. It allows you to understand how you're getting to that final place of Enneagram 2. If you take a test, it just says, voila, here you are, Enneagram 2. This one shows you who a 2 is and what a 2 does and why they are the way they are, why they do what they do. Go through this. I promise you, you will, at the very least, be engaged and find it interesting. The very most, you'll discover your number, and probably somewhere in between, you'll ignite something within you that wants more to continue on. And don't worry, I have more. But this is a great starting place. If you're looking for how to get going in all of this Enneagram stuff, which, by the way, is taking the world by storm. I mean, everywhere I go now, it's the sort of in vogue personality tests in businesses that I'm working in, organizations I'm consulting with, and people who are coming to me. And yet we still don't have a good, elegant entry that honors the system, that honors the student, you, in the process. The process needs to be as meaningful as the outcome. And so taking a test just doesn't do it. Now, if you want a great test, I'll give you a great test. Don't waste your money or your time on anything else, but you don't need a test. No test and no Enneagram teacher and no best friend is going to tell you who you are. Don't accept that. You ultimately are the ones who have to discover your own number, because at the end of the day, we're not going to end there. You also have to defy your number. It isn't about living like an Enneagram 8 or a 2 or a 9. It's about understanding that that's where I go when I'm not fully living, when I'm not fully conscious, when I'm not fully showing up in my life and I'm living in fear. And that's when I react like an Enneagram 8, but I don't have to stay there. And neither do you. So discover your number is the first step. Then we'll teach you how to own your number and ultimately how to defy your number. But it begins with discover your number. There's a link in the notes that you should see below. So follow that link. All you do is put in your email and you will now discover your number on your way to defying your number. Jump over to defiantspirit.org. You can find it there as well. Until the next time, discover your number, own your number, defy your number. I'll see you in the next video.